Every man dreams of meeting that one woman who makes his heart race, whose presence pulls him in and makes him want to give his best. And in that pursuit, many men try everything they think will make her like them. They're kind, attentive, supportive, generous. They believe that if they just do all the right things, she'll naturally see their worth and fall for them. But what most men don't realize is that attraction isn't about doing more. In fact, it's often about what you don't do, because attraction is delicate. It's emotional, instinctive, and deeply tied to how you make her feel. And even the smallest mistakes, ones that seem harmless or even thoughtful, can quietly destroy that spark before it has a chance to grow. If you've ever had a woman lose interest without explanation or say, "I just don't feel that way," despite everything you did for her, chances are you made one of these 5 attraction-killing mistakes. The first mistake is being too eager to please. On the surface, this seems like a good thing. After all, kindness, thoughtfulness, and attentiveness are attractive qualities, right? But there's a difference between being kind and trying to earn approval. When your actions are driven by the hope that she'll like you, they stop being attractive and start being desperate. Women can sense when a man's validation is tied to their response. And when she feels that the dynamic shifts, instead of seeing you as an equal, she sees you as someone seeking permission to be chosen. Attraction isn't built through compliance, it's built through confidence. The most magnetic men are those who give not to earn affection, but because generosity is part of who they are. They know their value whether or not she reciprocates. If you want to spark desire, stop performing for approval and start showing up as a man who doesn't need it. The second mistake is hiding your romantic or sexual interest. Many men, terrified of being too forward or making a woman uncomfortable, try to suppress their feelings. They downplay their attraction, act overly platonic, or wait too long to make a move. They hope that if they just become her friend first, she'll eventually realize how amazing they are and fall for them. But that's not how attraction works. Women aren't mind readers, and when you hide your desire, you rob the connection of tension and excitement. You blend into the background of her life instead of standing out as a potential romantic partner. Here's the truth: women want to feel desired. Not in a creepy, aggressive way, but in a confident, grounded way. It makes them feel feminine, beautiful, and seen. Expressing your interest doesn't ruin attraction. It creates it. The fix is simple. Don't be afraid to flirt, compliment her sincerely, or ask her out directly. Clarity is attractive. Hesitation is not. The third mistake is trying to logic your way into her heart. Intelligent men especially fall into this trap. They think if they can prove they're the most compatible choice, by showing their stability, ambition, or loyalty, she'll see the logic and choose them. But attraction isn't a logical decision, it's an emotional one. You can't convince a woman to feel something by explaining why she should. Feelings don't respond to arguments. They respond to energy, presence, and emotional experiences. If every conversation feels like a resume or a presentation of your qualifications, she'll appreciate you, but she won't desire you. The solution: stop trying to make sense to her and start making her feel. Be playful, be spontaneous, be a little unpredictable. Make her laugh, tease her, challenge her. These are the things that bypass logic and speak directly to her emotions. And that's where attraction lies. The fourth mistake is rushing emotional intimacy. Many men believe that deep, vulnerable conversations will fast-track a connection. And while vulnerability is a powerful tool in relationships, timing is everything. If you open up too much too soon, sharing personal traumas, declaring feelings, or talking about the future before trust is built, it can overwhelm her and create pressure. Attraction needs space to breathe. It needs curiosity, mystery, and a gradual unfolding of layers. Revealing everything up front might make you feel closer, but it often makes her feel trapped. Instead, let vulnerability unfold naturally. Share pieces of yourself as the connection deepens. Build anticipation. Let her earn the deeper parts of you. When intimacy grows at the right pace, it strengthens attraction rather than suffocating it. The fifth and final mistake is lacking direction and leadership. Too many men, afraid of coming across as controlling, take a passive role in dating. They wait for her to decide where to go, what to do, and how fast things should progress. They think this shows respect, but it often communicates uncertainty, and uncertainty kills attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who lead with confidence, who know what they want and are unafraid to pursue it. Leadership in this context isn't about dominance, it's about direction. It's about taking initiative, planning the date, making the move, guiding the experience. When you lead, she can relax into her feminine energy. When you hesitate, she feels like she has to take charge, and nothing drains attraction faster. What makes these mistakes so dangerous is that they're often invisible to the men making them. They don't come from malice or laziness. They come from fear. Fear of being rejected. Fear of messing it up. Fear of not being enough. But the irony is that those fears are exactly what sabotage attraction. Because when fear leads, confidence disappears. And confidence is the heartbeat of desire. The truth is, women don't fall for the man who tries the hardest. They don't fall for the man who hides his feelings or explains why he's a good choice. They don't fall for the man who waits for permission to lead. They fall for the man who shows up as himself, unapologetically, authentically, and confidently. They fall for the man who is clear about his intentions, who embraces risk, who expresses desire without shame. They fall for the man who knows his worth and lives it. The beauty of attraction is that it doesn't require you to be perfect. You don't need to have movie, star looks, or endless charm. You just need to stop sabotaging yourself with behaviors that dull your natural magnetism. When you stop seeking validation, stop hiding your interest, stop rushing intimacy, and stop being passive, you unlock the version of yourself that women want to chase. And here's the most important thing to remember. Attraction isn't about chasing her. It's about becoming the kind of man she doesn't want to walk away from. When you embody confidence, clarity, and emotional depth, you stop hoping she'll choose you, and you start giving her a reason to. When that shift happens, you won't need to fight for her attention. She'll feel the pull toward you instinctively. And once that happens, attraction stops being something you chase and becomes something you create naturally, powerfully, and without effort. At the end of the day, attraction isn't ruined because you're not handsome enough, rich enough, or charming enough. It's ruined because of small, subtle behaviors that weaken how she feels around you. Being too eager, hiding your desire, trying to impress her with logic, rushing closeness, or failing to lead all come from the same root, fear. And fear is the enemy of attraction. When you let go of that fear and start showing up with confidence, clarity, and authenticity, everything changes. She stops seeing you as just a friend and starts seeing you as a man worth desiring. Because women don't fall for perfection. They fall for presence. They're drawn to the man who knows what he wants, expresses it boldly, and isn't afraid to lead the connection. Master that mindset, and you'll stop sabotaging attraction and start creating it effortlessly.